Good afternoon, everyone. The world's shifting to real-world assets, RWAs. Tether coming out with a gold-backed dollar. At the same time, silver prices screaming away. Copper shortages are stealing the cables. How long before our infrastructure is stripped? That's the question as we fall over the waterfall of society and civilization. Reset. And we're going to start off the savior for the dollar. We've already gone to a gold standard through private corporations, not the U.S. government. How will the Treasury fit in? Not sure, but who is depositing gold into Tether to stabilize the American dollar? Question mark. Tether debuts new synthetic dollar backed by tokenized gold. Tokenization push. This is where the world is now going to split, where everything will be tokenized, including your house, your car, your labor, and a contract put against that, a value that can be swapped to somebody else, as long as a smart contract is behind it. Users can mint new tokens on the Alloy platform. So they're going to be using the Ethereum network to issue these tokens, but whoever it is or whatever it is, could be Solana, XDC, it doesn't really matter. That will be one of the winners and a major player to tokenize all the world's assets. Which platform or protocol will run this? Alloy by Tether. Do I see a ring? Is that a ring from Saturn right there? The world's largest stablecoin, which has not been audited, is introducing a synthetic dollar backed by gold. Wow, why would they do that? Isn't the faith in the American government good enough anymore? It's been good enough for what? Since World War II. I guess people have lost faith. They lost it. Deposit Tether. XAUT. Gold-backed assets. Why is it that they're all moving to gold? What do they know, and the central banks, but they're not telling you, the citizen? And that's the question. The golden era, historic strength, gold-backed currencies. Now, why would you even use a gold-backed currency? I thought it was a barbaric relic that only central banks traded. Has no value except for central banks, right? That's what we've been told for how many umpteen years now. But number one right there, stable currency value, steady economic growth. Gold standard provides a stable currency. Oh wait, we don't have that in America. We have nothing except treasury bills minted to infinitum and promises of a military to visit your doorstep if you don't buy them. Well, that was last year. This year is quite different. Controlled money supply, preventing inflation. You mean gold is a hedge against inflation? No way. A hedge against, look at that last sentence, hyperinflation. You think hyperinflation is coming to America? I don't know. Western countries, perhaps. And facilitate trade. Enhance global commerce, a gold standard. Didn't Basel III just reclassify gold as a tier 1 asset? Global standard? I guess they did. But here's the thing. We're moving into the real world asset era of everything will have a value. And as long as you can prove that that thing exists, there could be a smart contract written against it that has that value. Once that has the value, it's tokenized. And then you can share that, spread it, and there's a literal value, dollar value, gold-backed equivalent behind it, real estate-backed equivalent behind it, oil-backed equivalent behind it that has a value that then can be worth $1,000, $100,000, $10 million, $100 million, and that's wrapped up because the physical thing is there. Now, that moves around the world as payment. Gold investors need to buy the dips. Central banks are. Bloomberg and Citigroup are calling for 3,000 by 2025. TD Securities said silver eyes $50 an ounce. And in 2024, gold is up 18% and silver 35%. Call the proud Americans of the Patriot Gold Group today before it's too late. Mention the Adapt 2030 channel. You're going to get some great in-class service. Also, Patriot Gold Group has a no-fee-for-life IRA where your IRA or 401k can be in physical gold or silver. No fee for life IRA on qualifying rollovers. Give them a call, 888-546-7020. And now on with the video. These are called RWAs. This is the newest thing coming out here. I just got the top four because I'm looking at, 1 billion plus or right around 500 million before you take them seriously. That there's more opportunity now than ever in human history. You have to really understand that. It appears that everything is collapsing, but in the collapse phase, nothing ever goes to zero. It gets transferred. So where's the transference going? So this RWA phenomenon that we are encountering that will become the norm, as much as you swiping a credit card, and you're so used to that, or putting a card in, debit card. As much as your comfort zone is that, in a few more years, RWAs will be in that same comfort zone to transfer wealth, pay bills, sell, receive, whatever it is, all going to be tokenized. And here's the thing. Who's going to be issuing the smart contracts that have the value behind the physical asset, and then which providers are going to then guarantee that that physical asset exists? There's going to be an enormous amount of fraud in the beginning of, I have 1 million barrels of oil. Well, where's the tanker located? What's the shipping company? Like, there's going to be an enormous amount of things that are going to have to be on the blockchain that are immutable, that can't be changed. They're going to have to be verified by second party, third party, fourth party, fifth party to guarantee that that is there as an asset. Now, once you establish the value of like that 1 million barrels of oil, well, today, what's it worth? 88 million? Okay, you wrap that in a smart contract, and now I can carry $88 million in a memory stick across the border somewhere. The contract holder of that owns that $88 million. And they're going to try to tokenize your house as well. The banks are going to tokenize your house, and all these banks going underwater and defaulting and everything, and this great bail-in, and David Rogers Webb with the great taking. This all spins into tokenization of all assets across the planet. So imagine a bank has, a million homes and it's about to default. It could tokenize the value of all the homes and then wrap those in a smart contract as a single value and then try to spare itself. But they bailed in all your homes on that same contract. That can be sold off to a sovereign wealth fund or another government or something that will take ownership of it. And once they do, and once they own that asset, they're able to stipulate what happens to the asset after that. It's just going to swap ownership, and that's the scariest thing. They can tokenize my house without me even knowing it, sell it off, trade it off, and the new owner then can tell me what to do. Oh, well, that old contract that you had for whatever percentage rate for your APR on your mortgage, that no longer exists. You're going to pay 50 times that. If you can't pay cash tomorrow for it, then you're out of your house. There's a lot of gray area here in the issuance of this. And so far, Ethereum and Solana are the leaders in terms of who's wrapping these contracts around right now. So a general trend in a crystal ball, RWAs, is something you really, 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 can I say it again, really, really need to pay attention to, because that is where the world's money is shifting, and this is part of the new financial system. Along with the gold backing, and the minerals backing, and the assets, and the natural resources backing is going to be wrapped up, and the value given for that to reestablish economies is going to be RWAs. The entire planet is going to have a value associated to it moving forward. Everything. Everything. So do we visit the crystalline world between now and then in the dream state? Where does it take us? Silver is where it takes us. China, commodities futures map. Silver leading the pack. Gold up slightly, 1.34%. Crude down. But anywhere you see green, a predominant amount of those are foodstuffs as well. Silver. What are we looking at? Oh, wait, India set all-time high silver prices last Thursday. Okay, climbing more than 5% in a single trading session. Annualized gains of 60%. What is going on? The world is moving over to it. And then let's add in more of China. LBMA, that's the London Bullion Metals Exchange, or it's the Shanghai Silver Exchange. Look at the pricing on this. This is the difference here of China's offering far more for an ounce of silver than anywhere in the West is. So let me wide out that lower chart there for you. The premium is like how much they're going to pay more than the Western pricing for the same ounce of silver. Shanghai is offering up to $4 more for every single ounce if you take the physical to China. So now, the Western contract mechanism is pretty much broken. So watch for defaults, and there's going to be a lot of people wanting to take physical delivery, because if I had a private airplane with my friends and we each took delivery of 1,000-ounce bars, and we loaded up the plane and we all had 100,000 ounces to take it over and just fly it to China in a single afternoon, hey, we each made 400 grand. That is nice. But you got to get physical delivery first, and a lot of futures contracts are now being settled in cash because they can't provide the bars. Where did they go? I bet they're in China, just saying. And if you think it's just going to start magically mining silver out of the ground, William Middlecook putting this chart out. Discovery takes like 12.3 years, feasibility, then construction, and then it takes, 18 years almost to get metal out of the ground. I do thank you for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. Our world times are a-changing. Please share this with your friends and family so we can start the conversations, because we all need to come to some solutions together here to work through these changes. It's not going to happen in every single country. It's going to be targeted, moving wealth from, the Western nations elsewhere. We're going to take the brunt of the punishment here in like these Five Eyes nations. So any solutions, I'm all ears. Bye for now.